We'll save this shit. I'm tired. I'm stressed.
Hell of a day. Even
Dude, hell of a
counterpoint guy got put over today. Unbelievable day today.
Oh man, now, dude, right because you said that, he's gonna make a tweet. He's like, "These numbnuts can't keep my name out of their mouth," and blah blah blah.
I love that we assume that he's a redneck, and he's like, because he uses the words like numbnuts or like, what else does he say? It was great. Counterpoint guy got put over by Brian Cage. What a day today, man.
Dude, today is just a day full of fucking fucks and people being shitty.
Are we live?
We're live, sir.
Oh,
this
shit.
is how we start every podcast. Don't
Yeah.
you listen? You
It's mid convo, man. That's how we do it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
This is our format. We have no format.
It's like being backstage at an AEW show, man. Just chaos. Just chaotic. No format. Just run. Well, there's a format, but we don't have a format.
Yo, real quick, why did Kyle no-show your podcast?
Dude, I don't know, man. Kyle's I don't know, dude. Kyle's he's too busy.
You didn't call upon your boy, and I had to find out through the podcast itself.
You got a lot of. I gotta let that heat simmer for a few. I'm like, just a few.
I just like the snowflakes that are all like crybaby about it.
Are you guys gonna be on Fight for the Future?
People said that it should be Basil versus Kyle, and the winner gets me for their podcast host.
Do you know what's funny though? Like Kyle's comments also pissed me off with the photo thing that we're gonna talk about.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
He's all right. We got a lot of time. Basil, you're angry today, man. You got
Dude, I am not in a good mood.
Red light on.
Red light on. But Rob's always angry. He wakes up angry that he's angry that he woke up usually, and he's like, "Fuck, another goddamn day."
That's not true. It's far from the truth.
Why the fuck am I still here?
And he pours himself a double shot of JMO and gets on with it. Anyway, okay, everybody, welcome back to the Backstage Boys podcast, episode number 29. This is Trent, along with my co-host,
Basil.
And we are joined today by a special guest who's been on the show before, Rob Malinowski, the Director Supreme. What's up, Rob? Say hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Hi, Rob.
That's all I got.
Oh, Rob.
Guys,
what's up, guys?
What's up, guys? Rob is a superstar this week. He's Rob is a filmmaker. He's this week's his big release was the Mance Warner video called Rob, you want to introduce that one video?
It's called The Dramatic Pause.
And then so that came out on Sunday. That was
Sunday,
on Sunday. Yeah. Yes, and that has been a hit already. So that's Rob's big highlight of the week. Not raising his children, not having a good job, not driving a nice car. His highlight of the week is this Mance Warner video.
Rob has children?
Right. He might. I don't know. I'm assuming he does.
Guatemala somewhere.
Yeah. Remember that trip?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, so that's a big highlight for Rob. So I'm going to put that over right away to check out the Mance Warner Dramatic Pause video. It's
on YouTube.
But guys, we're here. We got no format. This is a off show week for AEW, which is a primary, but we got some stuff to talk about. We part of our group went to Windsor, Ontario for the Impact tapings. Basil, you're going to Rise and Glory Pearl, which you'll be working. So we got a couple things we could talk about. AEW's not for a couple of weeks, so let it simmer a little bit.
Simmer. Speaking of a couple of weeks, next week, are you going to New York or did you cancel?
I'm not going.
Wow. You just left Nate like that.
No, I told him.
I know, but you're like, hey man, fuck off.
No, I said just can't. I was on the fence anyway.
Some good shows.
Yeah, it's all right. It's just
what's in New York?
Oh yeah, what's in New York, Baz? You want to tell him?
Everything. Everything. Literally.
Mania week, Rob.
It's Mania weekend. Everybody in every promotion under the sun.
That's a leading question.
Is there.
The only thing I really wanted to see was the Impact show, but it's all right, man.
You're gonna miss John Morrison in the Ultimate X match, man. That alone makes my trip worth it.
It's pretty cool to have him in that, to be honest. You'll be shooting that too. Let's put that over.
Yeah.
You're ringside.
Yeah. So buy tickets.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome though.
You can buy tickets to. Let's see what's not sold out. Bloodsport sold out. Impact you can buy tickets to. Black Label you can buy tickets to. Joey Janela sold out. Pro Wrestling Revolver, PW Revolver on Saturday. Pancakes and Pile Drivers 3. And Bullet Club Block Party. I'm going off the top of my head. I have to. If I don't have my schedule memorized by now, I'm fucked. I have everything planned down to a T, like where I'm going, how much time I have in between shows. Friday's gonna be easy. I stay at one venue all day.
Nice. Which venue?
White Eagle Hall in New Jersey.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Shut up. So you want to be 3 years younger?
Yeah.
When he grows up, he wants to be 3 years younger.
Yeah. And a full head of hair.
Rob, we'll be hanging, dude. Let these guys go to New York, man.
This hair is a wonderful trait.
Yeah. God bless.
Yeah.
I mean, you're blessed.
Thanks, man. You mad?
No, I'm not mad. I'm just a little bit jealous.
Oh, you sound mad right now.
He's always mad, remember?
He's always mad.
He woke up. He's mad.
You woke up the big bear from his slumbering nap.
Son of a bitch. All right, guys, here we go. So let's talk a little bit, right? We got a couple of things we can touch on. Let's go in order here. We'll talk about. So we went up to Basil Sans U, but Rob, Nate, and I went up to Windsor for the Impact tapings.
3/4 of that ZMT.
3/4 ZMT was up there, man. It was cool. Rob, great drives. Do we want to talk about the border issue? Rob, do we want to mention this?
I mean, yeah, we could talk about it. It was pretty cool.
So we okay, well, a couple of things, right? So number one, we took the tunnel, which we never took the tunnel before. I say, hey, let's take the tunnel. So Rob took the tunnel, and so we get up there and like, what is your business in Canada? And you're like, I want to watch some wrestling, and Rob says, some TV tapings over here, and for some reason the word TV tapings,
I screwed it up.
Triggered that guy because
man,
he's like,
this guy had to use some insider terms and like,
Yeah.
oh, he's a worker.
I screwed it up for sure.
So the guy's ears raised, right? And because Rob looked right at him and said, TV tapings. So he says, well, guys, go over there and park. We're gonna talk to you. We're like, fuck, right? So they get out there.
Rob.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we get out there. They make us get out of the car. They're like, which one of you's in the army? We're like, none of us. I'm like, why are you driving this Jeep? I'm like, I don't know, it's a Jeep. And then the guy goes around back, and for some reason, Rob has a Bullet Club sticker on his freaking windshield. And they go,
what a mark.
Club. They go, I'm like, why do you even have this goddamn sticker? Bullet Club? Oh, what's this, huh? What are you, in the guns? Yeah, what are you, in the guns? You guys got guns? And we're like, nah, it's a wrestling thing. And the guy's like, all right, fucking nerd. All right. So then he makes us stand over to the side, and they start rifling through the car, right? And start going through stuff. And I'm looking at it like, all right, it's the tan guy with two white guys. I mean, clearly I'm the trigger here. But I'm not, because they start third degreeing Rob and Nate. And Rob, you wanna talk about that great service you got from the Canadian border agent?
Those damn white guys trying to get into Canada.
The guy was going through my toiletry bag, and he goes, hey, Shar, like, the girl's name was Shar, but he said it in a way where it sounded like sir. So I was like, oh, shit. All right, I'm coming over there. He's like, what are you doing over here? Is your name Shar? I'm like, no, I thought you said sir. He's like, is your name Shar? Like, I was like, man, all right. Like, I'll back up. I thought he was going to, like, choke slam me on the ground or something. I was like, Jesus Christ. So,
Rob kicked him in the dick, and then
I pissed myself, and I went and kind of went against the wall and didn't say a word.
The guy told him, make love to that wall, sir. And then Rob went up to the wall and went against it. But so they start going through your shit, and they're asking why you got all this video equipment, and what are you guys actually doing up there? We're like, nothing. We don't work for Impact. We're going. And Rob's like, well, I film all my stuff. I'm a filmmaker, blah, blah, blah. So they're kind of sketchy, right? And then Basil, they get to Nate's bag, right? Nate's a referee, as we know.
Oh, did he bring the referee gear?
Yes. You always have your gear with you. But we don't work for Impact. We're not on contract. So we're not lying here, right? We're not actually working. But in true fashion, you always have your gear with you, right? That's the idea. So they start going through. They're like, why do you have these referee shirts in here? And I thought you weren't working on the show. And he's like, no, I just wear them. I mean, I'm a referee in Chicago. I forgot what he said exactly, but he's like, I just wear them in the crowd or something, or I just have them. We're going to wrestling. I just wear them. So then they find Nate's like appointment book, right, Rob? It was like they start rifling through this.
Yeah.
So like they start going through his appointments. They're like, a lot of appointments here, sir. And he's like, yeah, I work and I go to things. And they're like, so, what about this? I mean, you're going to be. Why do you have so many things written down?
On April 12th, you're going to be at Logan Square Auditorium. What is that?
Yeah.
No, did they say that?
Dude, I mean, they're going through everything. They're even
They
going
said,
through, like,
why are you going to be at the Logan Square Auditorium?
No, I didn't. I don't know if they said Logan Square Auditorium, but he had something like he had a venue. I don't remember what it was, but it might as well have been the Logan Square Auditorium.
So they're asking him that, and he's like, these are my. They're like, explain this, and he's like, so the guys are still going through our stuff, and then so ladies over there asking Nate, he's like, well, these are my jobs. Like I work several jobs. Again, this also triggered these people because he's like, well, I work 4 jobs, and she's like, 4 jobs, huh? And he's like, yeah, I do catering and this and that, and so she's like, why so many jobs? And blah, blah, blah. He's like, because I work. So they're already sketched out at this point. So we got TV tapings and working several jobs. Mind you, they haven't asked me shit, which I'm like, this is impossible. But hey, I'll take it. So then they still don't believe us, and they send us into the room. Like, all right, guys, you're gonna go in the office there. You're gonna go ahead and have a seat, and they'll talk to you. So Rob's in there. He's nervous. He's pissed himself a second time at this point. Remember, Rob?
I actually went to the bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So he pissed a second time. Nate is quiet. I'm sitting there cracking jokes. Nate's quiet. I'm like, oh yeah, of course, bunch of nerds that get stopped, going to a wrestling show. So Nate's kind of quiet. He's not really saying much, and I'm trying to make these two laugh. So we get called up to the counter. Border agent, beautiful girl, right? Starts asking us questions. She's like, so what do you guys do? What do you do for a living? So we tell her, like Rob and I, we work for Kraft Heinz. We're like, hey, and she's like, what's that? We're like, Kraft cheese, Heinz ketchup. She's like, I've never heard of it. I'm like, never heard of it, dude. Man. I shit you not.
Come on, man.
Like, fucking nuts.
Come on, man. I was like, this is a poker face. This is not real. We're getting worked.
The best part was Rob looked back at me like, is she for real? Like, he said it, and I said, he looks at me like, with that face, like, looks at me like, what the hell? And I'm like, Heinz ketchup, crap. She goes, okay, whatever. And then, so she doesn't believe it's a real thing. And then Nate goes into his whole thing, right? And his whole, she's like, what he does. So she's already sketched out. Then she makes us sit down. We come back again. She calls us back up again. And she's like, why do you have these referee shirts in your bag? So Nate, brilliant, right? He goes, well, you know how some people go in the crowd and they have championship wrestling belts with them, and I'm the guy in the crowd wearing a referee shirt because I always like being the referee.
That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
She looked at him for 10 seconds. Under her breath, she just went, fucking nerd. All right. Well, you guys can go. So she let us go. Dude, it was great. But she first gave that look of like, wait, people actually bring championship belts in the crowd. But she took it and we got on our way. So border story, man. Border stories.
That's awesome.
But we got there. Rob drove the whole way. What a trooper, man. Road warrior over here.
Oh, come on. That's 4.5 hour drive. That's light.
Is it?
Yeah, come on.
4.5 hours, that ain't shit.
I guess so. We know they're cross borders, man.
Yeah, it's true. That added a couple hours.
Yeah.
On the way back, though, we got through pretty quick. I mean, it was like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
because this time I was smart, and I didn't say we saw some TV tapings. I said we're at a wrestling show. Coming home, officer, and that's all it took.
That was it. He was like, "All right, cool. See you later." He didn't give a shit. But no, it's cool, man. We got to see 2 nights of Impact. It was fun. A lot of fun, right, Rob? I mean, we got in. A lot of friends were there. Saw a lot of buddies, a lot of AEW guys, a lot of people we know. Made some good connections. Yeah, Rob. I would say we even got some cool video ideas, I would think.
Absolutely. Some in the works.
Yeah. We but no, dude, the tapings were a lot of fun. It was 2 nights. We helped out. I ended up helping out merch a little bit because the lady doing merch didn't know shit about merch. That was fun. But that was cool. Nate helped out. And then Rob and I just enjoyed the show, man. After we saw our friends and everybody we know, we just enjoyed the show and had a good time. So these next month of tapings is going to be awesome, really awesome. So Basil, what'd you do that weekend? Did you miss us?
Mm-hmm. I let's see. Saturday I got home from work, did nothing. It was great. Sunday I had a Basil day.
What does that mean? Oh, I don't want to know what that means.
No. It's a good thing. Yeah, got myself some brunch, went and saw a movie, and then played some video games, and just had a chill day.
Nice.
It was a good relaxing weekend that I needed because the next few weeks are going to be pretty hectic. So
yeah, very true. Very true, man. But yeah, dude, it was a total blast. Windsor was a lot of fun. Rob, we had a good time hanging out in downtown Windsor.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Hit a nice sushi spot up. That
dude,
was phenomenal.
That sushi, oh my god! Tell them about the sushi. Tell them about the waitress that you're gonna marry eventually.
No, I mean she's a G. She was cool. Telling us how she goes back and forth from the border and just hustles. I respect that. I respect that a lot. And then she served us like 5 minutes before the kitchen closed. So,
dude,
I'd go back.
She was great, man. That sushi place. Oh man, what the hell's the name of it?
I couldn't tell you, but I know where it's at.
I know exactly where it's at. Damn, I can't remember the name. Kona Sushi.
Yeah, Kona. You saved it in your phone, I think.
I did. Kona Sushi, man. It's in Windsor, Ontario. Great place. But dude, yeah, total fun, man. We learned a lot, and tying us into what we do backstage.
Yeah,
I feel like one of the things Rob told me was it was cool to see how they do it on their production level and their budget. We got in a little early the day of the show, so we got to see some things, and it was fun, man. It was really cool to learn how a bigger production does it. I mean, Rob, you want any specific takeaways you had?
I mean, when I was like just in there, I was looking around to see like what are they doing differently that like we may do in AEW, but just a little thing like a black curtain all across the room, like all around the room, to kind of like make it look infinite on TV. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain what I'm trying to say, but like, there's a crowd of 1,000 people, but it may look bigger on TV because of that curtain kind of gives it like an infinite feel. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they kind of block off all the like brick of the school and stuff. So it kind of looks like a legit stadium, So it was cool to see like the production, like what they put into it to make it TV ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. We even peeked backstage a little bit, and their backstage area was just like huge, man. Like that's so much going on, like pre-tape section, photo section, cater. I mean, it was like so much happening. It was nuts. So really cool to see just television production and on a higher level, and totally fun, man. So, I mean, Basil, you've seen Impacts. You worked Homecoming and TV taping, so you got to see some of that too back in January.
Yeah. So what they do, there's like. During the day when there's not like a crowd going on, a lot of those pre-tapes will happen, and everybody has to be like stupid quiet during those times. Like, because did you guys show up for the noon call time?
No. Nate was there early, but we went later. We went
for both days.
Yeah, we went later.
Okay, yeah. So they have like pre-tapes that go on, and you have to be like super quiet, so everyone's like blah 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 blah, blah and then.
Yeah, that happened a few times during.
Roll the tape.
Day. And then everybody talks like this.
It was
everyone's trying to be super quiet.
Yeah, it was the equivalent of Keith's shooting a promo. It was equivalent
shooting a promo in 5, 4, 3.
But the difference Impact was one guy at one point came out and it's like everybody shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. I wonder how United We Stand is gonna be. It's gonna be pretty. It's gonna feel like It's gonna feel like the pay-per-view day where it was just. That pay-per-view day was so hectic, and I can't wait for the May tapings because the tapings are just so much more relaxed.
Mm-hmm. May's gonna be cool, man.
Yeah, tapings are a lot more relaxed feel where the pay-per-view everyone's like, this is live, we can't fuck up. I mean, we had the show literally turn off during the TV tapings, and everyone was pretty chill. So
yeah, it was cool. But no, man, that was fun, totally fun. Got to learn a lot, see how it all operates. I was very excited to learn about that. So definitely a very good experience. A TV coming up, total blast. It's going to be some good TV leading to the pay-per-view. Not giving anything away. Spoiler-free zone. You know.
I'm not gonna lie, I did read the spoilers just because I know I won't be able to have any time to watch, unfortunately. Because I don't have like there's like no DVR system set up, and with me having Rise and then working and then WrestleMania weekend.
Whoa, what's that?
What is
Sorry.
that?
I was playing a video.
I didn't know we were on TNI and had silly sound effects going on.
You want me to start doing that? I'll be the sound guy.
Dummy,
do it.
yeah.
Go ahead. I got the dummy button. You want me to hit it?
You got the dummy button?
I got it. I got it on my phone. I actually downloaded.
He did.
I paid for Eli Drake's dummy button.
He
man.
played it during the show. Dummy,
yeah.
yeah.
The people sitting in front of us were like, "What the hell? How does he have that? What in tarnation is that?" Like they kept turning around. But yeah, I got it.
Did you keep playing it during this?
I got it right there.
Keep
See?
playing it during the show?
Nah, just like during an Eli Drake segment, I was. I got it.
I heard more dummy yes in that those TV tapings and that pay-per-view to last me a lifetime.
Dude, this Eli Drake button has like every one of his one-liners in it. Like,
does it have "Let Me Talk to You"?
Yeah, all right. I'll go through. There's only a couple. I'll go through.
We should make one for Mance.
We should. Oh, man,
good. Dramatic.
There's "Let Me Talk to You." There's
Eli Drake.
There's that. There's you need a yeah, you know.
Yeah. Don't get lost in the sauce.
There's that one.
When I say dummy, you say yeah. And that's not an insult. That is just a fact of life.
Oh, that's all of them. It's great. It's all of his one-liners.
There you go.
That's awesome. Yeah, see, well, we should make a Manser one.
It would all just be dramatic pauses.
Like, is this thing broken? All that says is dramatic pause. So I want to do this, Basil, before we jump into your weekend. I want Rob to talk about the movie, the Manser movie, dramatic pause. And Rob, actually, if you want to touch on, real quick on Jake and Kurtz too, as you lead up to Mansers, definitely do that. Like, I'd like to get you to talk about it because they've been a hit. Especially the Mance one really took off this week. So
yeah,
you can lend some insight on them. What making them and stuff. What was your talk going in?
I don't know. I mean, first of all, I was really happy with the feedback, and I was really appreciative of everybody's positive feedback on all three of them. I mean, we're just trying to keep the momentum going. Putting these together, it's kind of difficult to explain what's in my mind and what I'm thinking. But a lot of especially the Manson Jake one recently is there's a story in there with some of the B-roll that I'm putting in there. Is kind of I'm not going to detail what it all means. It's there for everybody's interpretation. How do you say that word?
Interpretation.
Yeah, English, my second language.
Dummy, yeah.
Dummy, yeah.
Let me talk to you.
Well, yeah, that's open there for everybody to kind of think through that and kind of another layer into that story of the character. So. I'm curious to hear some of the listeners to see what they want to see next. I have a lot of in the queue coming up that I'm going to start recording and filming here, especially at Epic. We got our couple. I'm not going to name them just yet. Who's going to be filmed, but we have about 5 or 6 that's in the works for the next couple of months. So I'm just curious to see what the listeners want to see. You know what I mean? Because we haven't got a chance to kind of poll anybody and see what they want to see. So comment and let us know. Tweet at us. Let us know what you guys want to see next, or who you want to see next, and we'll see what we can do to make it happen.
Yeah, that's a good call. Like, if you guys have something you want to see, video-wise, or a documentary or film on somebody, let us know. I'd be curious, Rob, what people say. I mean, you might get votes for Paco. Who knows? I mean, what the hell? The guy's been there a long time. Maybe you might. So there's some Paco fans out there.
He might be on the list.
Might be on the list. We'll see, man. So yeah, definitely let Rob know, guys. He's gonna plug his Twitter at the end of the show, and you guys can tell him what you're looking for. But yeah, no, that's cool, man. The idea is to, I don't want to say humanize, but the idea is to kind of give you a look behind these guys and kind of introduce you to these characters. I mean, we've had a lot of lot of turnover in recent months. You know, a lot of guys changing up. So there's new people on this roster. So the idea is to get used to them, learn about them, who they are and stuff. So I think we've done a pretty good job. Character development. Basil, what do you say?
I like it.
Yeah, he was clearly doing something else.
No, I had it on mute because when I drink water, it's loud, and I don't want that to come on to the podcast. And I was just like trying to like close up my water bottle real quick. But no, I love the videos. I was talking with Rob today because I was actually watching it again, and my favorite part about the Manser video is how it feels like it's one day, but it's multiple shows tied into it. With the whole night setting and all that stuff, and everything about it is, it's just a really well done video. And I like that we're having these like YouTube exclusives, because 220 is good for a trailer, good for a hype video, but to tell a real story, you need to have that time, and YouTube is such a good platform for that.
Rob, what did the Manser video clock in at time?
About 7:20, I think it was.
Okay.
So I had a lot of long takes in there, and that was for a reason. But you know, for me, I felt like it worked, and usually for me, I'm trying to keep it in a sweet spot of like 5 to 7 minutes. Sometimes it goes a little bit longer depending on how much meat I have as far as the story, but usually I try to keep it within that 7 minutes.
Nice.
Go ahead. No.
Go ahead.
I wanted to give a shout out to the guys, especially like Mance and Jake and Kurt for I mean, they were awesome to work with, and DJ Z and Myron. I mean, so far everybody's been awesome to work with, and it's been pretty easy for us, and Trent, you've helped out as far as the interview portion of it too. So it's been a blast putting it together and doing these projects. So I just want to give a shout out to those guys for really working with us and being great to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. No, they're all great dudes, man. All of them are so easy to work with and so helpful, and for the cause. You know, like they understand what you're trying to do. They want to support it. They want to give you their best, so you can give them your best. You know, so it's a great group effort, man. Definitely big shout out to those guys. And again, I encourage listeners, if you're not familiar with those faces, I mean, DJ's been there a while, so you might know him, but the other guys are young. They're new. Get on AW Pro on YouTube and watch these movies, man. They're pure films. They're a Rob Malinowski production, baby.
And some of them have Basil's pictures in them.
What?
So it's just, yeah.
I think I've made it into every single one of your videos somehow.
Have you?
You're a legend.
I'm not a legend.
Yeah.
You're a legend. You're a legend. People
Sorry to cut you off, Trent. Go ahead. My apologies.
People steal your shit, man. You're a legend. That's how you know you've made it. People steal your shit. Go ahead, Basil. Let's go ahead. Let's tell it how it is, baby. This has been a rough day for Basil. He's not a happy guy today, man.
Nah.
He had to go on lockdown today. Yeah, Basil's not a happy camper today.
Nah.
Go ahead, Basil. Let it out, man. You were telling us earlier you were pissed. You're like, I'm shitting from the hip today, man. And I said shit.
Shit up. Shit up, boys.
Shit up, baby. Shit up or put up, baby. Come on. Tell them how it is.
Get them.
It just has a lot to do with the abuse of my photos. A lot of it's between wrestlers and so-called fans and people just stealing my work and not asking for permission. Usually, I'm really chill about it. If you ask me, I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to twist your arm or any of that crap. But I've just been seeing a lot of wrestlers using my pictures for promo pics and not asking me or giving me a cut, which I think is kind of bullshit. Mm-hmm. So, and then I saw somebody make cards out of my pictures and crop out all my watermarks.
Crazy.
And
like trading cards? Like
trading cards. And it was a lot of the Fight for the Future guys from I think it was from last call. I think it was from that one. And it was just kind of like the breaking point for me. Cuz a lot of people think this is not a cheap hobby to start, and it's become literally a part-time job for me. I'm Just trying to think of the right words to say for this without. I don't want to come off like a dick, but this is my time, this is my money, this is my. I literally have no free time because I dedicate so much time and so much passion into this, and I literally, if I'm not at work, I'm thinking about this 24/7. Rob knows this. Me and him talk pretty much nonstop about how we can both improve. He's working on the video side, I'm working on the photo side. We both talk about the production side of it, and it's not. And then that's just for AEW. There's also freelance underground, MLW, Black Label, Warrior Wrestling, just countless others that I spend this much time into.
Mm.
And I started getting into the promo photos aspect of it because I wasn't happy with how posters looked in the Midwest, because we don't really have a dedicated guy to do that in Chicago. Mouse
True.
takes care of that more towards Indiana, and the mid southern states like Tennessee and Kentucky and all that stuff. But in Chicago, we never really had one guy. Like Watson was doing AAW and AAW only, but nobody was really doing it in this area. So I felt like I wanted to fill that void. And in the few months that I have started to do promo photos, they have been everywhere. And that's on me, because I was trying to make it accessible for everybody, just so there's better pictures out there. That's what I really wanted. But for people to print out the pictures, not ask me, and then to sell them, kind of disrespectful. Like, you couldn't throw me X amount of dollars. I would have been fine with that. But when I see merch tables and then I see my pictures there and I'm just like, cool, you're making a profit without asking me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I've always heard that in photography, the ownership of a photo is the photographer's. Like, now they say,
Yeah,
you retain the rights.
You want to do both. You kind of want to you're also selling somebody else's likeness.
Right.
So you kind of want to make it a both. You kind of want to make it a both thing. I don't really sell too many of my pictures too often, but that's changing. And if I don't know, I've watermarked every single one of my pictures that's public now on the website. You can look through them. It's not going to ruin how you look at a picture, but you can't crop out my watermark anymore. I've seen too many wrestlers crop out my watermark and then sell my prints, and I'm just not going to allow that to happen anymore.
Yeah, fair enough, man.
I mean, it's hours and hours I spend on each show afterwards.
Yeah,
I mean,
somebody just said click and save and distribute. It's like, what the hell? Right? It's like, shit. Thanks a lot.
yeah, so I'm stopping that. And now the only pictures on my website that aren't watermarked like that are my promo photos, but that's password protected now. So
there you go. It's a lesson, man. It's kind of what we bring on the show here. Like, it's that insider stuff. Like, you know, photographers out there, videographers, protect your work. You know, you have you're creating a public art, but which is very in a digital age is at risk of easily being taken advantage of. So the idea is you got to protect your work. You got to find ways. And I mean, look, it even happens to anybody. In Basil, you've been shooting for a year, and you know, it just came up that you're like, oh shit, you know, like, so it happens, and it's something that if people are listening to this and you're in a visual art, you know, consider that.
I'm actually glad I caught it pretty early.
Yeah.
This is just something I'm glad that I caught early on, and I'm going to control it a lot more. So if wrestlers who want my pictures for promo pictures to use for other companies, they can pay me now for their set. I mean, not everybody was abusing it. Some people told me they were going to use it, and I was like, it's fine. You were upfront about it. But to the bad eggs, you ruined it for everybody.
My
Yeah.
thing is why what's so hard about asking? Like just
Because
ask.
do you know why?
Effort.
Because there's other photographers that will charge, and they were too. And this is just me going off of a theory. I'm not
Right.
saying that this is the truth because I have no basis to go off of this.
Mhm.
But they didn't want to shell out X amount of dollars, and it's not a high dollar amount.
Right.
I mean, if you're selling a picture for $10, and the amount that I'm hearing that people are asking to take a photo, it's not that much. You make them back in a few pictures. It's really not that hard.
Right. It's not hard.
So it's just basically saying I want to make a profit off of your work without paying you.
It's sad, man.
I woke up to a ton of DMs from random people, from wrestlers, talking all about it, or apologizing, or offering something to compensate.
Let me
Right,
ask
and-
this, Rob. I actually want to ask you a question. I should go. If you have a point, I want to ask you something after
Yeah,
that.
I
too.
mean, like with pictures, it's really easy to steal. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I'm probably guilty of it too. Like, and I'm sure all of us have done this. Like, if we just take a picture off some random website, put it like on Instagram, for example, like that is stealing. I mean, we're not.
Yep.
I mean, it's copyright infringement. We can't do that. Like. There's laws on that, but so some subconsciously we think it's fine because we're just taking from the internet and reposting it somewhere else. But it's like really, in actuality, it's not the right thing and it's not the correct thing to be doing. You know what I mean? Like even when using like music in like video packages, for example, like if I use a copyrighted song and I put it on a video, I can't do that really without getting clearance from the musician or their or the company that holds the rights to that. Now with YouTube we can kind of get away with that because they monetize and send the money directly to the copyright holder, but it's still wrong. We're not getting permission. So, and that's what kind of goes with the pictures. I mean, pictures are easy to take off the internet and kind of I can take a random picture and start selling it too. So it's really hard to control that. But what you're doing, I think is the right step to kind of mitigate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now the way I approached it, I mean, this is also I was heated. It was 11 o'clock at night. I just went with the most extreme measure for the time being. I'm gonna change it to where because in my opinion right now it does kind of ruin the photos with how big I made the watermark, but I didn't have really a lot of time to adjust, and it's something I'll probably work on maybe next week. I mean, I'll have some time in between shows, or I don't know. I'll figure out something in the meantime, but I want to keep the watermark. I'm gonna do something with a centered watermark where you can't crop it out.
It's
And
protecting your work, man. You
yeah,
gotta take measures.
it's protecting. And then if anybody wants to buy pictures, I have everything saved. I have everything backed up twice. So I have, I have a physical storage, and I have 2 online storages that I back everything up to. So
Yeah, good.
yeah,
That's good.
it's really not hard for me to get a picture. So I mean, I used to just go off my own website, look what I wanted to post on Instagram, and just go off that. Now I just go into one of my online storages. It's not that hard for me to do it, but I just feel like it's a lot of disrespect that's happened, and nobody really caring about me, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And I get this is a very selfish business, and it's not like I'm in this for the money, but at the same time, if you're going to profit off my work, we should be in this together.
Yeah.
So I've literally had some people say, "Hey, can I get these pictures for free? LOL." Just like straight up.
Just like not even like thinking you're gonna be like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. And I'm just like, it's like I put all this time and effort into making the picture look good so you would look better. Because I mean, if you have a good picture that's used on posters and stuff, it only makes you look better, it makes you look more professional, and it makes the company look more professional. I'm not saying my pictures sell tickets, but it's one aspect that helps the company as a whole, in my opinion.
True. Let me ask Rob a question. Rob, in video, is there any risk of that? Did people ever steal your shit, like clip your stuff out or use voiceovers or anything from yours?
Um,
Or can that
Man.
happen?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it before. Like, even like, for example, like if somebody goes to like Impact taping or NXT or WWE, they film a clip. Let's say something crazy happens, right? Let's say somebody shows up that nobody expected, and that person posts it on their YouTube page, like, try to get views and things like that. There's a lot of there's a lot of people that rip that off YouTube and kind of do their little talk show, whatever it is, and play the clip. You know what I mean? I've seen that happen a lot. But as far as like my recent work, I mean, I haven't seen much of it. Maybe some screen grabs for like, but that's okay because if they're doing if they're talking about a show or talking about, because I think in what I seen, I forget what it was, what culture or something like that. They
Yeah.
did like top 10 best kept secrets in wrestling, and I think AEW was number 2, if I'm not mistaken, or number
Yes,
1.
number two.
Number two. Yeah, and they used some screen grabs from my films, but I mean that's fine. They're talking about the promotion. I have no problem with that. But I haven't really seen as far as like videos, like just downloading and blatantly saying that it's somebody else's. I haven't seen that. But if I did, I would get upset about that. I mean that like I'm like on Basil's sides here. You're putting all the hard work and from a creative aspect, you're not just editing. You're also at the shows, taking pictures, putting in the time and the hours. It's not just taking a picture, putting it on the computer, and just emailing it or uploading it. There's a lot of a lot of adjustments you got to do to the color and everything like that to get the picture the right way you want it to look, and it's not just something that you just take directly off your camera. So it's hard work, and a lot of people take that for granted.
It's not pushing a button like some people like to say.
Yeah.
I mean, Rob, you've seen some of the things I've done with certain venues where it was pitch black on the
Yeah, I
on the
mean,
picture.
yeah, I mean, directly on you when you showed me on the camera, I was like, I don't see anything. The next day, you lightened it up where it almost looked like you had a flash on. So I mean, doesn't that takes a lot of effort too. I mean, you gotta, like I said, you gotta adjust all the colors and exposures and making sure it's right to get the right shot out there to the
Now
to the
times that
internet.
now times that by 300 to 400 times.
Exactly.
It's not a 2-minute process. I mean, you guys we've been like we'll talk on the chat all day, and then I'll say, hey, yes, I'm starting editing, and then it'll be 9, 10, 11, midnight, 1 in the morning. Hey, I'm finally done.
Right.
No,
And
not
and
easy
that
work, man.
Yeah, and that's how I am with like when I was doing the Mance video. I started like at 7 in the morning, and then like I look up, it's like 5 o'clock at night, and I'm still working on it. It's just like it goes fast, but it's there's a lot of hours that get put into it. You got to get the song right. You got to get the right song that fit the film. You got to make sure you get the right shots and sequence, and make sure the story is layered correctly. And that makes sense. You know what I mean? So. And you're probably doing the same thing with pictures, making sure that you're telling the story, with your shots, and making sure that it's edited in a way where you're trying to portray that vision that you have in your mind.
Yeah, because not every picture that gets uploaded is every picture that I took. So there's a lot of curating and deleting, and then I curate after I curate. Like it's a lot of filtering just so I put out the best ones. I don't like
Right.
to like there's certain people that I know that just snap and then upload everything. And I
Yeah,
feel like that devaluates. It's not just me taking a picture and then hitting upload. It's making sure whatever is presented is the best possible image presented.
right.
That's cool, man. It's not easy work what you guys do. It's a lot of time, a lot of investment. So anybody out there, be considerate. Be considerate to what these guys are doing. But and like you said, you got to take these protective measures, man. That's what it comes down to. So I'm glad you guys did that. I'm glad you guys are proactive about it. It sucks that you have to experience some shitheads doing that stuff to your work, but I guess it comes with the territory. We all learn someday. But Cool. All right, Basil, let's talk about this. You got some stuff coming up this weekend. Let's tell the people where you're going to be. Maybe people can come high five you, buy you a drink, something, tell you how much they like BSB and your podcast host better, things like that. Things along those lines, huh?
Yeah, I got
If you guys see Basil, tell him how much more you like me, and then put me over, and then piss him off.
That's funny.
All right,
like us,
tell him where you're going to be.
They like us both the same.
Equal?
They like us equal. I've never actually had. They just say, I've had people come up to me, and they say like, "Oh, you're Basil from BSB, and I like you and Trent so much, and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Thanks, man. That makes me feel good.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. That makes me.
man.
It does make me feel good because I hate you so much. Jesus. But no, like, how many listeners did we have when we first started this thing?
When we first started,
It was
man.
what, like 50, 60?
I'll tell you right now. I'll give you. I got some stats.
But now, like the stats are skewed a little bit because people go back and listen to the old ones.
Yeah, we started humbly. It was about 50 listeners in the beginning, and we're up to hundreds now, which is nice.
Nice.
So it's pretty
good.
cool.
So thank you guys. Like that's cool to hear. But yeah, tomorrow I got my first all women show. I'm doing Rise Legendary at the legendary Berwyn Eagles Club.
This is the first time you've been back for a while?
The last time we were there was the October AAW show that was there back in 2017.
Oof, long time ago.
Do you know what I miss? I miss Berwyn tacos.
Berwyn tacos. Famous. If you guys are going to Berwyn, go across the street.
That's literally what I'm excited for. Like, I'm going to get off work tomorrow. Yep. I'm going to go get Berwyn tacos, and then I'm going to start shooting because the show's not until like 8 o'clock. So nice. I'm really excited for Berwyn tacos.
Tell people about the show, man. What do you got going on?
They have this crazy battle royal. I believe it's going to be. It's like 30 or 40 women. Like, this is the largest all women's show ever that they're doing. And then the main event, one of the big matches is Mercedes Martinez versus Kylie Ray in a no ropes submission only match.
Oh, nice! Wow,
yeah,
holy shit!
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice little prelude to Bloodsport for me next week because Bloodsport has no ropes.
Really? That's awesome.
It's all knockout and submission finishes only.
Be easy to photograph, right? No ropes in the way.
Oh my god, it's gonna be the easiest thing to photograph in my life.
Yeah, just clicking a button, man.
Just clicking the button. Yeah, I've never done a no ropes match before.
So that'd be fun.
Yeah, and then cool. What are some of the other matches? There's Paradise Lost, which is tag match between the Paradise Lost versus the Killer Death Machines, and then there's gonna be a 4-on-4, like I believe Survivor Series style tag match between Team Chris Wolf and Team Sue Young, and anytime I get to work with Sue Young is always a good time.
She's great, dude.
Sue is a sweetheart. I mean, she's evil. She's a
Don't give it away. She's undead.
Everybody knows she's a sweetheart.
She's awesome. I love when she's at AEW. I love seeing her, man.
The Chris Wolf one is going to be pretty important because she's retiring, and I think Chris Wolf is a fantastic women's wrestler. So
Chris Wolf is retiring? Why?
I think she's just one of those times where she just feels like it's time to retire.
Does anybody actually retire in wrestling? I mean, I've never seen a retirement stick other than Jerry Lynn's.
The one, do you know what's the one that stuck and it got ruined was fucking Shawn Michaels, man. That was legendary. And then
he came back, didn't he?
And then he ruined it with that horrible match at
oh god.
In Abu Dhabi or whatever it was. The crown jewel match. That was
Yeah, that sick ass headband on.
Austin is stuck with his retirement.
No hair for Shawn Michaels too. What a sad sight, man.
Yeah.
No, the Austin one counts because
Yeah,
the only thing he did is he had that street fight with Eric Bischoff for control of Raw, but that was a non-sanctioned match, and that wasn't really a wrestling match of any sort.
right. Just like a brawl, punch kick
Yeah,
brawl.
yeah, that's all it was, and it was like immediately after. But when he left, he is not ever teased coming back, or anything like that. So I think Austin is the only one with a real true retirement, and then Angle is doing it the right way on his way out right now. He's having like all these matches. He had Chad Gable, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles. He's just having all these matches on his way out.
Mm-hmm.
And he even said today on like a Facebook post, he's like, I know it's not the best Kurt Angle, but I feel like I'm going out my way. And I think that's the good way to do it because you don't get that. I don't think he'll have that itch in 5 years when he's like really can't wrestle.
Yeah, Kurt's good, man. He could put a cap on this. But back to Chris. So are you doing promos too? Or is it just matches or
No,
promos? What do you got
I'm just ringside. There's gonna be 61 women in that locker room. So there's not gonna be a spot for me to do promos. But Glory Pro on Sunday, I am only doing video promos and photo promos that day. Sarah is going to be handling ringside, which I am okay with because that makes my workload a lot lighter.
Nice. Cool. Very nice. And then you got then after that you go into New York, Mania weekend or week.
Yeah, I leave Wednesday and I come back Tuesday. I'm having a solid week. All my stuff ends on Sunday, and then I have a full day off to relax on Monday. I fly decently early in the middle of the day on Tuesday.
Nice.
I think I get back at like 1, but
Rob, what are we doing while these two are gone? Him and Nate.
Oh,
oh, you wanted to hang out? Oh,
I got I gotta edit, man.
Oh, jeez, thanks. All right,
I got a long day editing, Saturday, Sunday. I gotta go to my mom's.
Dude, pierogies?
No, I'm kidding.
Fresh pierogies?
Yeah, she'll probably make not this weekend, but I mean, she makes the best pierogies in the world, man. I'll put them against anybody's.
As you see, I said that with the accent. You see that? Do it again, Rob. That was hard.
Pierogies. Pierogi.
We had some in Windsor.
How do you rate how I say pierogi? Yeah. See, now I messed it up.
Pierogi.
Pierogi.
That sounds Italian. It sounds like you're speaking Italian. Pierogi, huh?
Yeah, pierogi, yeah.
We went to this British pub in Windsor before the tapings, and they had pierogies on the menu. And Rob's like, "We're gonna get the pierogies because I want to see how they actually pull it off in a British pub in Canada." And we did. And he's like, "All right, I'm gonna be honest. These are pretty good. These are all right. They're not bad."
Yeah.
Polish guy gave him the green light, man.
I was green light on, baby. I was impressed. I mean, they weren't on my mom's level, but they were phenomenal. I give them that. They were good.
Very nice. Very nice, man. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, that's kind of a busy week for Basil this week. We had ours last week. We recapped all that. We missed anything, guys? I mean, we got a couple weeks till Epic. Epic's the big 15-year anniversary. I know we got some real cool shit planned for this. Like, there's going to be some fun shit going on. Bourbon Street Boys. We're back at Bourbon Street going in a couple weeks.
Oh, I'm so excited for Bourbon Street. I missed that venue way
Same here.
It's funny because we all like Bourbon Street, but Danny Daniels doesn't. He thinks Logan Square's better. He likes the noise, the constant noise.
The crowd is better at Logan, but everything else production-wise is so much better at Bourbon.
From a production standpoint, Bourbon is golden. It is a place I would love to run everything.
And we got screens,
And we got screens.
Yeah, I don't know if the screens are going to work, though.
Come on, man.
Why won't they work?
because they haven't worked the last like 3 shows.
They worked for Windy City, but the show prior to that it did not work. So I'm thoughts and prayers for the upcoming show.
Thoughts and prayers.
Keep us in your prayers, everybody. Keep say a prayer for AEW screens. Appreciate that. Thank you. Bourbon Street apparently is remodeling, and they're going to be putting a big ass room in the front where like the main stage is right now. So I believe if that remodel goes through, that's where wrestling will be, but I'm not sure. This is all in passing, so we'll see what happens. But that could be cool too. It's supposed to fit a bunch more people, so that could turn to a lot of fun, man. I love Bourbon Street. I just love going there. I think the place itself is a party. Rob, is that your old stomping grounds, man? It's South Side. You ever hang out there? And
never.
Never.
I mean, it's close to my house, so it's it's nice to get home a little bit earlier, but
Hey, let's all go sleep over at Rob's house after Bourbon Street. Basil, what do you say? Slumber
No,
party?
dude, I'm close enough to fucking.
Come on, man. Let's have some fun. Rob, I'm coming over to your house.
I'm down. If you guys want to have a slumber party, let's have a slumber party.
We can talk about the show. We can podcast,
Let's talk about the podcast,
Let's talk about girls, talk all that stuff. All right. I think we ran the topics for the week, boys. There's really nothing. Are we angry about anything else?
No, that's it. We're done.
No.
I mean, God damn it, Danny Daniels, can I get a call back? What the fuck? That's what I'm pissed off about. I mean, I'm supposed to be part of the creative team here. Well, I haven't heard shit. I mean, what am I off the team? Am I fired? Good Lord.
Mad?
You're so mad.
I can't get a damn call back. Jesus.
It's spring break.
Yeah, I guess Danny's on spring break.
He's raging right now.
What's up, dude? Chilling. Just watching some old matches of mine. All right.
Of his. Not yours.
He's like, you walk in, Danny's chilling over the margarita, watching his old matches. You see this? Yeah, that's where I kicked Tyler Black's ass. Right there. Look. No, he doesn't do that. He doesn't like watching his old matches. I put him over all the time.
I mean, do you know what's funny? We were it was a few weeks ago. I was texting and I was like, "Yo, I want to watch some of your old matches. Give me some ideas." He goes, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "I'm watching on IWTV." And then he starts watching his old matches, and then we were like almost like in sync watching them at the same time. Nice. And we were just like going back and forth. I was like, "Danny, why the fuck do you always put yourself down?"
That's what I'm saying, dude. He's a solid worker, man. Danny, he's like, I wouldn't even book me. I was like, get the fuck out of here, dude. No, man. Come on. Danny's a man. But anyway. All right, guys, let's wrap it up here. Let's let these people go. This is literally just us with a microphone on at this point. So let's give some time back to these people here. Let's get some plugs up here. Rob, where can people find you?
Hold on. On Twitter, the Polish Rob. I don't remember. And then on Instagram, it's the #1 Polish Rob.
What about your YouTube page, bro? Come on, you got video. You're a video guy.
Oh yeah. The YouTube page is my name, Rob Malinowski, Malinowski.
Search it, and there's a playlist of Rob
and then
Malinowski films on AW Pro.
Yep.
YouTube.
If you want to check out all the films, there's a nice playlist on the homepage of the YouTube page of AAW Pro. Check that out. There's a lot. You could have a binge day of just watching all of them. It'll probably take you an hour to watch all of them.
Yeah. It's like a binge lunch break.
Right.
His next one's gonna be on me. I told him, I said, "Rob, make a movie about me. I got a lot to say." And he's
I never said yes.
No, he didn't say yeah. First he ignored it, and he changed the subject, and I was like, "Yo, I was serious." And he's like, "Wait, you're for real?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right." But it wasn't a yes. It was a acknowledgement of me saying I'm serious.
Yeah.
All right, Basil, where can people find you, sir?
Instagram and Twitter at BZ. That's a B, 2 E's, 4 Z's, and a Y. And then all my watermarked pictures are on my website at basilmahmood.com. That's BASILMAHMUD.com. And if you want to buy anything, hit me up.
you go. Yeah. Pay to play, baby.
Where can they find you, Trent?
You can find me at Vanilla Joke on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find my music at hemimusic.com. My band Hemi has now officially signed on to be featured for the commercials for Impact's Rebellion pay-per-view. So if you want to see the song, that's right. If you want to hear the song that called Decay, that's going to be featured in the promos for the pay-per-view coming up. You can tune in to Impact every Friday leading up to the show and then the pay-per-view itself, or go to hemimusic.com, HEMIMUSIC, and link up to the show or the song and take a listen. So check it out, everybody. Show some love. It's a big deal for me. So
that's great, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Put me over.
So happy for you, man.
God bless
Thanks.
you, man. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Real quick. It was crazy because early or late last year, Trent and I both talked about goals, and it's crazy how not even 4 months into the month.
Yeah, it's not even 4 months.
Goals are achieved. Well, not all of them, but starting goals have been achieved. And I just got to say, guys, like, put in the time, put in the effort, show that you genuinely want to be wherever you want to be at, and just keep grinding because you're going to get a fuck ton of no's before you get that one yes. Legitimately. Like, not trying to be all corny and shit, but this business is about 1 million no's and one yes.
The entertainment business in general is all built on persistence. You know, you just gotta stay the course, do it the right way, meet people, be respectful. It really comes down to that. So just be a decent person, be good to people, things pop. I'm telling you. So no, it's cool. It's great to see goals accomplished for people. You know, people you care about, and seeing those things happen. So I'm happy for all of us who are doing well, man. I mean, we've all had some great moments. Our little group here, our ZMT group here, you know, I mean, Rob's been killing it with his films. I mean, Nate's main event, you know, refereeing main event matches, you know, between major names. I mean, it's been a good year. Thank God. It's been one of those fun times, man, and it's only going up. So let's keep that going. I'm happy for it. Let me plug up the show, and we'll let these guys go, Basil. All right, guys, you can find us at the BSB Show on Facebook and Twitter. Just type in the BSB Show on the search bar. It'll come right up. You can find this show wherever podcasts are found: Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and YouTube. Make sure to like, review, subscribe, tell a friend, share it, tell somebody, tell independent wrestling fans this is what we do. We talk about production. We talk about indie wrestling based out of Chicago and others. Clearly, we're not limited to just Chicago. So let us know. And, I forgot one thing. Basil, is the Instagram ready yet?
See, I was really depressed when you guys were gone, so it's gonna take me about a week. So I think next week it'll take me some time to recover, and I'll get it back up.
Next week it is for the Instagram. Finally, it's gonna happen, guys. I mean, 30 episodes in.
We're so close.
Only taking 30 episodes. We're gonna get that damn Instagram up. But in the meantime, connect with us on the other social media I mentioned earlier. Plugs are everywhere if you look up the show, and if you want to email us, it's backstageboyspod@gmail.com. Get a hold of us. And I think that's going to do it. Basil, Rob, anything else? Am I missing anything?
Nope.
Thank you for listening, and have a nice day, everybody.
Perfect ending. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you next week.
Bye.